Hello everyone, my name is Sierra Santi and I am very excited to be getting into the Baroque period of classical music. It's probably one of my most favorite times. A lot of the composers of this time are very well known and it's just a very beautiful time. So just to get right into it, kind of a background of that Baroque era. It was around the 17th century to the 18th century. And the word Baroque actually just means artistic movement. And that kind of style, Baroque style, was actually the first big global movement. Originally, it started in Rome, Italy in the 17th century and quickly began to spread everywhere else. I mean, it's a time that art was really at its prime. Like, sculptures were more detailed, they had deeper colors, very decorative in the arts. Music was just fully embraced and was full of grandeur and surprise. So really, this is where we start to get a lot of the art that we know now and a lot of the music that we know now. Which, kind of a background, music took a drastic change from the previous Renaissance era to now. Now, in the Baroque period, it's more grand, it gets more dramatic. The notes and the way they are formed is more complicated. Ensembles, which is like just a group. When you go to like a concert, you see a group of people playing different instruments. That's an ensemble. Ensembles begin to grow and are just huge. And a lot of the music at this time, really, if you want to relax, this is the Baroque era music is really what you want to listen to. It may be dramatic and grand, but it's still very calming. There are a few main features when it comes to the music at this time. That's counterpoint, basso continuo, figured bass, ornamentation, and major and minor tonality, so the way that the note is played, or the notes are played. And it's the time that we really got some of the big artists that we know, like Bach, Handel, Vivaldi, and Montardi, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. So I'm really excited for these pieces that I have for you. They all are connected, kind of in a way, and I'll explain that at the end. But my first song is called Toccata and Fugue in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. This song is like a two-part musical composition that was originally for organ, but more ensembles are bringing it together. Like, for me, for example, I played this in marching band, and where these pieces are a lot more complicated, you can see how hard it would be to march and play this song at the same time. So it was composed in 1708, but there's a little bit of speculation that it might have been made before then. It's very, very dramatic. A lot of it you probably hear in like a horror film. It kind of reminds me of like Nosferatu going up the steps. And this, I mean, it's just perfect for huge ensembles, and it really has a driving rhythm. And it was also featured in the 1940s Disney movie Fantasia in the opening act, which, if you all have never watched Fantasia, I highly recommend. It also kind of ties into all of the songs that I chose. I may have cheated a little bit, and I picked a third song because I was fighting back and forth because I love Bach so much and his music. So I also picked Cello Suite No. 1 by him. It's just a single cello solo, and it was written around 1720, but it is so beautiful, and is another piece that I attempted to play, but again, his music's so complicated in the notes, but it is just one of my favorite cello pieces, and it's so beautiful. And for my second piece, I chose the Four Seasons by Antonio Vivaldi. So I chose this piece in, it's just as it sounds. It's a group of 4 violins, and it expresses each of the seasons of the year. So we got winter, spring, summer, and fall. And he actually, when he composed this, he had inspiration through landscaping paintings that was painted by Marco Ricci. And that's where all this kind of ties in. So the movie Fantasia is about teaching children about taking the beauty of this type of music, and even though it doesn't have any words, some of it doesn't have really any meaning, but you can still make connections with what the song is about. So like the 4 seasons, you get springtime, and you can really vision that springtime. And that's what's really great about the Baroque period, is when we start seeing all of that, where you can start really imagining what all of this is about, what the song could be about, what kind of visions you see in your head as you listen to this music. So yeah, that's what's amazing about this time period. And I hope you guys learned a lot and enjoyed. Thank you.